super long day. But just a quick update on where we're at. I recently said I have to, be careful who I work with, because I believe with Stuss Graham, right, and like the kind of value that we're providing, it could be used for the worse or the better, right? And Stuss Graham, if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically a private community, like an online academy that teaches you how to, take care of yourself, that teaches you about physique, teaches you, about sales, negotiation, public speaking, marketing, right? The skills that every successful person ends up teaching themselves how to do, right? Because when you go along a journey to, change your life or just change your standing, right? Like we all literally do the same thing, right? We all literally go around the same rabbit hole. The people that, focus on these goals and are serious about them, right? They end up, taking care of themselves. They end up, getting into self-care. They end up wanting to know how to speak better. They end up knowing that, if I have to do this, I need to be good at sales, right? I need to be a good marketer. I need to know how to negotiate, right? Like, Stuss Graham teaches you the skills that all successful people end up learning how to do anyways. It's really a one-of-a-kind place and, community where successful people can, just have a community. And that journey that we take is not easy at all. It's literally a battle every single day, and you're fighting the world and you're fighting yourself, right? So that's Stuss Graham. So right now, basically what I have to do, I have to onboard somebody into Stuss Graham, right? And community mainly for physique. He's coming into the community for physique. He wants to get, his life straight, and looks has a whole lot to do with that, right? Look good, do good, feel good. So essentially what's gonna happen is I have to send him a couple of files, right? This is what I have to do. I have to send him a couple of files. I put questions together. I want to find out where he's at right now. What does he look like weight wise? What's his goal? How much time he can, allot towards working out daily, right? I'm gonna basically get his numbers, right? Because changing your physique, changing the way you look, it's mainly, an eating thing, right? Don't get me wrong, you have to obviously do the work, but you have to monitor the calories that are coming in and the calories that are like going out, like the calories that you're burning, right? And you have to make sure, I have to put him in a deficit, right? A caloric deficit. So I'm gonna just get his numbers right, and we're just going to make sure, it's actually two people. We're just going to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, so they can actually change the way they look and change the way they feel, right? So that's basically what I have to do right now. And I have to do that, and I have to, because right now, we're not in a position where I can hire an editor for like reels and stuff like that. So until I get to that point, I'm gonna do it myself, and it's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. But my personal brand needs to be unique, right? Like, I'm dropping these daily videos because I'm building my personal brand. Like, the personal brand is like the goal right now. I want to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I just need to keep up with these daily videos, basically updating you guys on where I'm at. But editing has a whole lot to do with that. Editing is very, very important. Very important. The quality, the look, the feel of the digital asset, which is like a real digital asset, needs to be, you know, congruent across all platforms, and it just needs to be better than average. Like, that's what we have to do. That's the content, the type of content that we have to push out, better than average. There was I had a conversation with one of my buddies online. His name is Jacob, and he asked me why wasn't I posting on Instagram, because we kind of came up at the same time and he's consistent, and it looked like I kind of like fell off. And I told him like I was just recouping because I'm really understanding how to build a personal brand, right? Because you can't, I mean, you could, right? But to me, it just doesn't make no sense. A lot of people have this whole personal brand thing completely wrong, right? How do people like Iman Ghazi, right, like have like a cult-like following? Like, you can't just talk about SMMA all day, every day. Like literally every day, you can't do that, right? You need to insert your personality online, right? You need to put in the things that, you know, would attract people, right? You have to take somebody from a complete stranger, right? Make them like you, right? And basically sell them your service, right? And then like there was a whole shift that I did, because I don't know if you guys know him, Serge Guittari, right? Serge, amazing, brilliant guy. But I feel like he has the whole personal brand thing wrong, right? He has the whole personal brand thing wrong. Serge, if you're watching this, definitely tap in. I would like to have a conversation with you about the situation. But who do you think is going to reach a bigger audience? Somebody that just talks about, you know, build and release, you know, offers, or so one person on one end just talks about straight up build and release offers, right? And the other person, like, same amount of wealth, right, talks about their build and release offers, and he shows you him purchasing his Range Rover. He shows you his penthouse. He shows you his closet. He shows you his watch investments. He shows you his daily investments that he does throughout the day. He shows you this. He shows you that. He shows you like a lifestyle, right? So who's gonna click on that video, right? Like you have one person. You have one person, basically like kind of like a currency, like attention, right? Just one view, right? Where's that view gonna go to? Somebody that just wants to talk about build and release offers, or somebody that's talking about all the other cool things that I just listed, right? So now that attention, right? That view, right? That didn't even know what a build and release offer is. Now he's curious. He's like, yo, what is a build and release offer? Yo, how does this guy get his money? How does he afford, you know, like $30,000 earrings? Like, what's going on? So he's converting somebody that doesn't even know him, right, basically into a customer. And that's how you have die-hard fans. Like Iman Ghazi, like he's shown all of this stuff. Don't get me wrong, he started the whole thing when he was like 14 or something like that. But he's showing you way more than just like a presentation, right? He's building a personal brand. So my personal brand, right now we're shifting to mine. My personal brand, like, it's obviously very, very, very unique. There's a whole plethora of, it's like a new digital age, right? New digital wave of people that come in and they're just doing SMMA, right? Like, there's nothing differentiating them, right? I'm inserting what I like to do. I'm inserting like my goals, my plans, my future, right? Like into this, right? I'm talking about investing, like public speaking, physique, these things that craft you into that peak performance user, right? Like there's this thing called peak performance that I'm always talking about, like operating like Thomas Shelby or like Harvey Specter. Like these guys, they're operating at peak performance. They're very, very sharp. They know how to talk. They know how to sway, the crowd. They're busy, like investing, walking around, talking about deals. Like that's my personal brand, right? Using marketing as a lever to, make a shit ton of money, right? I'm gonna talk about like Mercedes. I'm gonna talk about Beamers. I'm gonna talk about, getting your clothes tailored, right? I'm gonna talk about like, building something up from the ground up, like systems operations, like investing like overseas and stuff like that, right? It's just, you have to incorporate what you're into, right? And then I think you'll be good. That's how you actually build a personal brand that has like a cult-like following, right? Like a lot of people need help with this. Like even the biggest guys like Ty Lopez, right? He can have a way cooler personal brand, something that will have people. He does have, a cult-like following, right? But do you want a following or do you want like a country? Like, do you want an army, a small following, or a country or army, something like that? It's like that same effect of I'm here in my garage with my Lambo, right? He did that, but he didn't keep that same momentum throughout, his whole, I guess, personal brand career, right? Like, he has to show the life more. That's how you build a personal brand. Don't get confused, guys.